Good afternoon on what is a very warm, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 17th of August and I'm in the reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And parcel I am going to unbox, which arrived yesterday. And this is actually addressed to me, but it's actually addressed to me for my friend Scott, who is in California, and so I'm basically acting as the intermediary. And I knew there was a parcel coming, and I was contacted on Discord by somebody going, oh, I'm sending you a parcel, Dad. And I went through the process and what's your address? We just want to check the address, etc. No problem. Did that. Passed on the details and so on, and it's in the post, that's fine. And and then I got the parcel and I went, hold on a minute, I know that name. I didn't have his address, but I knew who it was from. He's somebody I know, Colin Spears, lives in Scotland, so I've got a parcel from Scotland to Scott in California. And I went, why didn't you tell me it was from you, Colin, when I was talking to him on Discord? But I didn't know it was actually sort of like coming to me from a friend of mine. I didn't even know he was selling these things. Otherwise, I might have got in there and gone and bought some of these myself, because I have some idea of what is in this parcel. But I have permission to give it an unboxing, check it through, and actually spend some time with it, as it were, giving it a read through and giving it a review, which might take longer than anticipated, because essentially, who knows, with the current postal situation between here and the United States going in both directions, who knows what delightful tariffs are going to be slapped on your ordinary everyday parcels. But there we go. That's already, because I mean, that has already started, and there are already publishers who are going, I'm not sending anything to the US because we just can't afford it, or the customers can't afford it. And that's the terrible reality of the situation. Now, on the plus side, Scott has long promised that he would he and his family would pay a visit to the United Kingdom, and that's actually something we would all really appreciate, because we look forward to seeing him, because we've only met him actually in person twice. We've known him for ever since lockdown, and we've only met him in person twice, when we travelled over to together to go to Gen Con, and we spent a week together in both cases, and it was a lot of fun. We got some good gaming in, and we'd like to be able to do that again, but welcome him into our own homes, or rather than sort of like sharing a home or a house with him in Indianapolis again. In fact, we'd like to do that again, but we'd like to offer him sort of like an option. So what have we got in here? There's a carrier bag of things in here. You've had me waffle on long enough. There is one big box in here, actually, it's got several things in it. So, out of the way. Now, this is a copy of Stormbringer. Now, I have got a copy of Stormbringer in this bookshelf format. I've done an unboxing of it, I've done a reviewing of it. And there will be a link down to it in the main course. But this is just a general unboxing of this. So that's the. Okay, there's some extra paperwork in there. That's kind of copies of the contents pages. References for the books. So we have a copy of Stormbringer Adventure, Rogue Mistress. Now this is something that I don't actually. One of the things I do have some Stormbringer books, but they're going to be buried quite deep in my collection, because essentially I can actually describe my role-playing collection as being quite archaeological in terms of its storage. I literally have to go through layers of time to get to some of the original stuff. For example, I have to dig out my copy of Conan, the role-playing game from 1984 from TSR, and that's going to be so I've got to go into one particular direction and then turn right to get to some shelves. That's going to be fun. So anyway, Rogue Mistress, an epic campaign across the multiverse. I think this is the only campaign that came out for Stormbringer, certainly in its early iteration from Chaosium. Of course, Stormbringer being the role-playing game based upon the character created by Michael Moorcock, the original Eternal Champion. We have Demon Magic, the second Stormbringer companion. Now, I'm supposed to be looking through this for something, but I don't know what, and I don't know where that it's been hinted at. But again, there will be unboxings and reviewings of all of these. I'm really looking forward to actually digging into these. The first Stormbringer companion. And just a quick look, just have a look inside to see what's in there. Then we have a copy of the. This is probably. Well, this is the fourth edition presented as a book. What's not in here is the Games Workshop version, which is the hardback, which would delightfully fall apart upon first pass. So there is this. You've got the map from the original boxed set. There we go. That's of the Young Kingdoms. And of course, the other great thing is that now Scott has these books, he can run some Stormbringer for us. Or once he gets these books. And then we've also got this rulebook. Now, I don't think this is actually. I don't know whether this is actually. This is 1981. Don't know which edition this is. It may well be the first. And I don't remember the book being like this. It's been a while since I've actually unboxed my copy. But yeah, there's everything in there that you need to play. Now, I'm supposed to be on the lookout for something, but I don't know what. There we go. So I'm probably going to have to look through this again. Got a handful of dice. Now, of course, these being gem dice and these inked dice, these are not the original dice. These by no means are these original dice. So this is the extra dice. Okay, then you've got a mail-in card for Chaosium. You mail in for extra details. Got a catalogue, and I do love looking at catalogues for publishers from the early days. I mean, look at this, 1981, Summer Fall. We've got some great titles listed here: Cults of Terror, Cults of Prax, Griffin Mountain. Superb content. That's the new releases for RuneQuest and the Dragon Pass board game. There's Cults of Prax, Foes, and more. There you've got a picture there of, I think that's Rurik in his early days. More supplements for RuneQuest, nicely summed up and sort of basically sold to you. Literary tie-ins. We didn't even think about calling them that these days. They're just licensed role-playing games. So Stormbringer, Thieves World, and Call of Cthulhu, of course, and things to come. This is their Worlds of Wonder, which was a Chaosium's attempt at a multi-universe setting book. which probably, you know, at this point, okay, so it says, Worlds of Wonder will probably include the first in a series of basic role-playing worlds. This game will contain 4 16-page books. Each will build upon the rules given in basic role-playing included. Worlds of Wonder will probably include Magic World, a Fantasy Swords and Magic World, Space World, High-Flying Adventure in the Future, and Viking World or Real World Historical Adventure. No, it didn't. What it came out essentially was Fantasy World, Space World, and Super World. Very sort of like, so you had like a science fiction, fantasy, and a superhero system. Very simple, a whole lot more simple than Super World. Here's the promise of a King Arthur source book compendium of all the Arthurian legends that came out. There's going to be an Elric board game, White Wolf miniatures, privateers and gentlemen listed here. That would actually be published by let's have a look, by Fantasy Games Unlimited, and so on. Magazines and other supplements, All the World's Monsters, Worms Footnotes, Different Worlds, board games, card games, and there we have a board game there listed, Lords of the Middle Sea. That's interesting. That's actually something that Jason Durrell of Chaosium is working on as a role-playing setting. So that's coming in the near future. So I'm going to have to really search, I think, for some Is that coming out? There's something else in here. There we go. Yeah, I think I found what was supposed to be special. So you've also got the cardboard standees for the game. These are the character sheets. All a bit rough and ready. I mean, this game has definitely been used and played. You've also got some extra ones as well. Then I place them simple, and there's even some ones that somebody has fabricated and laid out using some software of their own. And then you have this strange bit of artwork at the bottom, marked that, so I don't know who or what that is, but there we go. Don't know who that's meant to be, but kind of a bit of a classic chainmail bikini kind of artwork, I suppose, with something akin to the saltire there on her heraldic device, if you will. So this then is Scott's Stormbringer package. I mean, I can tell that this is used, since there's some actual notes made on the inside of this cover. And then we've of course got the map, 4th edition rules. So I suspect that 4th edition rules collected a lot of content from earlier products. This may well be something I will look at in due course. I mean, since then, Stormbringer has been republished. So there was a D20 version, Dragon Lords of Melnubene, published by Chaosium. That was the last thing done by Chaosium before Mongoose had its own BRP version. Let's put the dice all in the in there. Now, the other thing to note about the artwork is it's not by the person who has sent it to me. He has said that artwork was in there when he bought this box set, and this box set was not new to him. So these are the supplements which I'm more interested in than anything else from an unboxing and reviewing point of view, and I would really look forward to digging into those and giving them a proper review in due course. So this then is an unboxing of Stormbringer for Scott. If you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me typically out here with a box, or in this case, a bigger box, from which I will unbox a role-playing game, supplement, or scenario, or in this case, a whole pile of box or of bits and pieces intended for someone else, and talk about it to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.